Hi, I'm Dr. Brent with the Family Chiropractic Centre in Guelph, and today I'm going to go through the best 2 stretches to relax your tight lower back, and then show you one quick tip to make sure that you have perfect posture every time that you sit. So the average Canadian sits for 13 hours a day. How does that happen? Well, maybe they're driving into work, so if you're driving into work for an hour, and then you're sitting at work for 8 hours, even on your break, and then you're commuting back in for an hour, and then you're sitting at your house. You're sitting around watching TV, hanging out, for the rest of the night. So 13 hours happens pretty quick. So how you sit is crucial. But the problem is when you're sitting, a couple things happen. So when you're sitting, your hamstrings and your hip flexors are shortened. And if you're sitting there for that length of time, as they shorten, when you go to stand up, they tighten. And as they tighten, it pulls your lower back down, it puts tension on your lower back, and it creates tight lower back muscles. But the problem is that those lower back muscles are long and tight. They're not short and tight. So if you feel your muscles tighten your lower back and you try to stretch them out, it's not going to help. And it might even make things worse if you take a muscle that's long and tight and you stretch it more. So the key to having a relaxed lower back is having long, supple, loose hamstrings and hip flexors. So I'm going to show you today how to stretch those out effectively. So first thing is for the hamstring stretch, real simple. I don't want you falling and losing your balance, but I want you to stand and I want you to cross one leg over top of the other. And you can support yourself in a chair. The back leg is the one that's going to get stretched out. And you're going to lean down, support yourself, or you can grab the back of your legs, and you're going to hold the stretch. Now, how long you hold the stretch depends on your age. So if you're under 20, you're going to hold it for a minute. Like a 20-second stretch does absolutely nothing. If you're 20 to 40, you're going to hold it for 2 minutes. And then if you're over 40, you got to hold for 3 minutes. Now, it sounds like a long time, but all the effectiveness is going to be in that last minute or 2 of your stretch. So you're going to hold that stretch. Like right now, I can barely touch the floor. But if I held this stretch, which I do every single day, if I held it for the 3 minutes, eventually I'd put my hands right on the floor. So you're going to hold the stretch there. If you have to do, because of your age, 2 or 3 minutes, just sort of start off slowly. And I want you to do this stretch every single day. So if you start off, let's say a minute a day for a week, and if you're successful with that, then do 2 minutes for the next week, and then 3 minutes for the next week, and then just continue doing 3 minutes. And once your 3-minute timer goes off, you're going to come up slowly because those muscles won't like to suddenly change position, and then you're going to sort of hang back down into that. Again, get your timer going, and then go for a minute or 2 or 3, depending on your age. Again, when you're done, come slowly out of that stretch. And now we're going to go through your hip flexor stretch. So you don't need a pillow or a towel or a mattress or something, a mat to stretch that out. You want something under your knee because I don't want you hurting your knee. Now the key here, this muscle attaches to your lower back. So having this muscle long and supple has everything to do with the amount of tension in your lower back. So you're going to put that foot forward and a pad under your knee, and you're going to keep your chest up, and you're going to drive your hip to your heel. You're going to go forward like that. This isn't going to work because you're shortening the space. You want to keep the space from your pelvis and your lower back as long as you can. So keeping a proud chest, keep sitting nice and tall, driving your hip in there, and holding that again. If you're under 20, you're going to hold for a minute, 20 to 40, 2 minutes, over 43 minutes. Hold that there, keep yourself nice and upright, and then again, come out of that slowly and switch legs. And as you switch legs, same thing. Got a towel or a pillow or a mattress or a mat under your hip, and you're going to drive it forward. Keep yourself up. Again, holding for 1, 2, or 3 minutes. So as you keep those muscles long and supple and loose, it'll take a ton of pressure off your lower back. Now there's not much point doing these stretches if your posture's not good. So first of all, we're going to go through one quick tip to make sure that you have perfect posture while you sit every time. Now it does matter what you sit on. Sitting on a soft couch, there's really no good way to sit on something like that. You need to have a relatively firm chair. So my CrossFit instructor told me years ago, kind of the hack, I guess you'd say, to having good posture is a proud chest. I'm like, and I could get that right away. So if you're sitting, most people, again, you're sitting for 13 hours a day, getting into your work, Even if you got a fancy ergonomic chair, all multi-adjusted, or a support behind your back, ultimately you're doing this. But the key is to have a proud chest. So watch what happens to my lower back. My lower back goes from this flexed position where the discs are compressed, the spinal cord's being stretched. As soon as I have a proud chest, my lower back comes back into extension, the discs are unloaded, the spinal cord is shortened, and also my ear comes over my shoulder now. So what that allows me to do, it takes pressure off my neck, and if you can, you don't even have to put your back against the chair. You just sit nice and tall. Now it takes a bit of extra muscle energy for you to do this because you're used to just sort of hanging on your ligaments. But if you make this a daily routine and just become sort of self-aware, in a short time, it'll just become the new norm for you. And if you could set up so your screen is, if you're working on the screen, is right at eye height, and your keyboard's here, it's not there, because that's going to cause you to go forward. Kind of 90-degree angles is perfect. It's going to take a ton of pressure off your neck, your mid-back, low back. So sitting with a proud chest and everything relaxed. You're not throwing your shoulders back, you're not tucking your chin in. Now, the other thing is, sometimes your chair's maybe not that good. We have a device called a back joint support. It looks like an old tractor seat. But if you sit on that, it forces your low back into extension. So it protects the disc in your lower back. And then if you use this with a proud chest, it just makes it a bit easier. And it's portable, you can take it, to work, take it into the car, whatever, it works great. So anyway, that's what I wanted to go through today. If you like that, if you found it helpful, just click the subscribe button below. Leave any comments that you have for future content that you'd like me to do. Happy to custom make a video for you. If you think that there's friends who could benefit, please share this with them. And I look forward to doing more for you. And I'm Dr. Brent. Make it a great day.